What's up, everybody? I hope you're all good. I hope you're all fresh. I hope you're all sober. How did the doctor's call go? I didn't take it. So the doctor's call was, for those that didn't watch my last video, I recommend that you do. Just click the channel, go and watch it. I realised that I wasn't strong enough to white knuckle my sobriety. The units of consumption for me were just far too high. My mind was in absolute terrors. I literally had like a good 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 45 minutes a day where I could honestly just function. Not skipping, not in a great mood, just functioning. And I've tried to put on a brave face for YouTube for the last, 20 days, but it's hard. So I called the doctors. I was due a call back. What day are we on? We're on Friday, aren't we? So I should have had a call back yesterday. I think I made the original call. When did I make the original call? Wednesday or Thursday? And I was getting a call back. Sorry, I made the original call Wednesday. I was getting a call back Thursday, I believe, from the doctor. And I said that I was going to find it really difficult to not drink just because of the anxiety that I would have felt while I was waiting for that call, really. And I sat and I just looked at my phone. So the call was between 1 and 2. I think the call came about 1:40-ish, if I remember correctly. And I just sat and watched the clock from like 11. Just overthinking everything. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? Etc, etc. Because of the high levels of anxiety, I can't go to the doctors. Anyway, so I was hoping that he would prescribe me some medication for alcohol. So many generous people, good people have put it in the comments, different types. But I'll just try anything at the minute, And I was kind of hoping that he would just kind of load that into my NHS app and I could go and collect it from the pharmacy. But, so what happened was, I made the call to the receptionist 2 days ago. They said they'll get a doctor to call me back yesterday. A doctor called me back yesterday. I was so anxious. I can't even tell you. But I just couldn't answer the phone either. I just watched it ring. I watched it for an hour before, waiting for it to ring, and then I just watched it ring. And like my finger was so close, I was like, should I answer? Anyway, I didn't answer, and then obviously when they hung up, I felt shit, pathetic, crap, opportunity missed. So then yesterday was a complete write-off, hence the reason that I didn't make a video. I felt absolutely shocking. Just crying a little bit, trying to watch motivational stuff on YouTube, just trying to pick my mood up. It was almost impossible. I wanted to go to the shop, I wanted to buy some beer, but I just started watching videos, you know, just started watching different videos where, you know, people have relapsed and then they've kind of reset and they've had to do another 21 days or whatever. I've done 23 days. I've worked super hard, and I'm just waiting for a lot of people have said to me, you know, there's going to be a day you wake up and it just all changes. I don't know when that day is, and if I'm honest, I don't think I'm going to get there without some medical intervention, which is the reason that I called the doctors in the first place. But I white-knuckled it yesterday. I did absolutely nothing. I spent a lot of time in bed. I took all my clothes off. I showered about 4 times just to stay in the shower for ages. My gas ran out. That's the only reason that I had to get out there. That's the only reason I had to get out of the shower. Because my gas ran out. Oh dear. So on top of that, just to say, you know, thank you to the people that have supported the channel. I mean, all of the watches and things like that is great. All of the comments is amazing. And a special thanks to the people that have done super thanks. And, you know, the buy me a coffee link that's there. I don't expect anything from that, and I want to give all that money to charity. It's not something I've withdrawn, but it's there if I need it. And if I do need it, I make a promise to you now that when I have settled and when things are better, I'll take that monetary amount and I will donate it to a homeless charity. There is one actually round the corner. It's a church-based charity. They do food banks and things on a Monday. I mean, I've tried to talk myself into going there, to like volunteer, to help, just to talk to people. But I just can't, you know. So yeah, so I think when things are straight, that's probably where I will donate that money to. But I do want to say thank you, because it is a little backup plan for me if I need it. I do need it, but I'm trying not to use it. So, but thank you to those that have donated. It means more than you can imagine. And yeah, so I didn't answer the call. I had an horrendous night last night. It was horrible. I woke up. I had crazy dreams last night. A lot of people have recommended different supplements. I have them on order. I've not taken them yet, but I'll let you know how that works for me. And I just really powered through this morning. So I rang the doctors again. I apologised for the missed call. I didn't even lie. I just said I sat and watched it. I didn't even bother lying. Normally what I would have done is said, well, I had to nip out here, or I had to do this, I had to do that. I just didn't even bother lying. What's the point? I just said, look, that's where I am mentally, and I just watched the phone ring, and that's that. So she said, what about if we can get a doctor to ring you back within an hour? And then I felt horrendous pressure. Right, I felt horrendous pressure then. I said, okay, no problem. And then, you know, the kind of ticking time bomb was really on. And within 30 minutes, the phone rang again from the healthcare centre. And I was just like, the first thing that came into my mind was, if you don't answer it now, what are you going to do? Ring up and apologise again? No, of course you're not. It's kind of now or never. So I answered the phone. We had a really, really good conversation. I told them where I was at. They obviously started to get a little bit concerned about the the physical health implications of that, and they weren't willing to prescribe me with anything without seeing me. And they said, "Can you get in today?" Meaning today. So they offered me like a 3 o'clock appointment today. Again, I buckled, I folded, I made loads of excuses. I had to go this place, I had to go that place. I'm just sitting at home. I'm doing fucking jack shit. Nothing at all. And then they said, "What about Monday?" I said, "No." Tuesday, no. Anyway, long story short, we agreed on Wednesday. So Wednesday I have to go in physically. I don't know what that entails. I am nervous, anxious, and everything that comes along with that, but excited really. Because as I said, I can't do it alone. I just can't. So, Wednesday will be an interesting video. I don't know what tests they have or anything like that. I mean, if they send me for a blood test or something at the hospital, will I go then? I don't know. I at the minute, I just feel like I need some kind of medication just to try and wean me off. Or just try and stop the cravings, I don't know. So I've got this weekend to go. But if I'm honest, I feel marginally more motivated because I know that it's coming. So I already feel tomorrow might be a little bit better. Sunday, for those that know, I normally go to my mum and dad's. I skipped last weekend. I'm going to try my best to go this weekend again because I went 2 weeks ago, which I made a video about, and it was okay. It was okay, it's good. And I don't mean to say okay disrespectfully. These are my parents. They love me wholeheartedly and I love them wholeheartedly. But my mind is just not allowing me to enjoy that moment, you know? So I'm going to try again this weekend. Another 2 weeks sober. Is it 2 weeks from then? Yeah, 23. Yeah, it is, yeah. So we'll see. And, you know, if I can get some kind of medication on Wednesday, because as I've said before, I was on sertraline, but I'm no longer on it because I couldn't ring the doctors to get my second dose. So I'll bring that up on Wednesday, and depending on what tablets you can take with each other, I don't know. Depends on what I get. So it'll be an interesting one on Wednesday to see what I'm prescribed, if anything. It will also be interesting to see whether or not he wants to see me for any, if he wants to take blood tests or anything. I almost want to have some blood tests because there's no way that my liver can't be scarred and almost on the verge of cirrhosis. It's just impossible. I have drank too much. Unless I am fucking Superman, I just don't know how. There's people in places that, you know, they get to 25, between 25 and 30, and they've got cirrhosis and things like that. I've done that for 25 years almost. I've had my stomach pumped, you know, which I'll tell you about in a different video. I have drank astronomical amounts, and even my daily, which is the video that I posted, I'll put the link up here, a day in the life of an alcoholic, and this was only 2 years ago. This was not even 2 years ago. This was like 10 months ago. You know, what I did or how much I drank, the equivalent of, I think what I've learned so far is a fifth of vodka is like what, 750 ml in like the US. So the best part of 2/5. So 1/10, if that's a thing. I don't know how you call it, what your measurements are, but basically between a litre and a litre and a half of vodka. But I didn't drink vodka all the time. I drank it in high strength ciders. But yes, the equivalent in terms of alcohol volume, which is what we call in the UK units. That's how we measure alcohol in the UK, in units. So yeah. Am I scared? Fucking damn right. I am shitting bricks. One, because I gotta leave the house. Two, here's another thing as well. So, I mean, not many people will hear this because we're 16 minutes into the video. But I went out with a girl, right? And this was the girl that I lost my virginity to. And so you're talking kind of 15, 16, something around that age, right? And I was with her for a few years, so I've always been loyal. I've always been loyal in employment. I've only had like 3 jobs, and I've done like 20 years. 18 years in one, 10 years, you know what I mean? Like I've always done loads of time in different employments. I don't mess about. I don't want to go 2 years here, 1 year here, 3 years here. I am a very loyal person in relationships and in employment. And I was with this girl for a few years. She lost her virginity to me. I lost my virginity to her. We were together for a long time, considering how far back it was. And so obviously she's a similar age to me. And she's now a grandma. I've got no kids. She's a grandma. She's got, I think, 3 or 4 children herself. And her children have now got children. You know, so her kids are like 18, 19, 20. Anyway, what I was saying was that I still follow her on like Facebook and Instagram and things like that. And she worked for the NHS. So, you know, she was always in the hospital. She was a registered nurse. Always been a registered nurse. And I did see, you know, maybe a year and a half ago, for whatever reason, she decided to get out of the kind of complexity and kind of the hecticness of the NHS in the hospitals. So still a registered nurse, but she was kind of downsizing. Anyway, she ended. I didn't know where she'd gone. I thought she'd kind of took a year or 2 out, but I'd actually gone to the doctor about a year. Was it a year ago? I'd gone to the doctor maybe a year ago for mental health, and that took a lot to go there. I had the same kind of problems. I was boiling up. I was, you know, stressing mega. And I sat in the waiting room, shaking like a shitting dog, you know, sweating. And she walked out and she called, obviously not my name, because I would have had to go in. She called a different patient's name. And as soon as I seen her, I was like, what? And then obviously she took the patient into the doctor, and then straight away I just ran out. As soon as she was gone, I sprinted out, got in my car, went home, never took that doctor's appointment. And I think it's just the shame, you know. You don't want people to see you in those situations. I mean, I'm sure she's going to be there now. But I did my, you know, I was looking at loads of videos and stuff like, where does the nurse sit? What does the nurse do? Is the nurse in there with you? And all this kind of stuff. And apparently for this clinic, she's not, unless you're going to have some kind of tests or something. She'll wait outside. So I don't know, it's scary times, right? I'm scared to death. But what do I do if I don't do this? Just die? Because that's where I feel that I am. Oh, so anyway, that is the story of that. Thank you once again for all the support that everybody has offered. I'm reading every comment, but it's so hard for me to reply to every comment. Within the space of a couple of weeks, I'm at something like 3,500 comments over a few videos. It's absolutely insane. And we are now at 22,000 hours of watch time. 250,000 views or something. I don't know. It's, the numbers are absolutely astronomical. They're crazy for someone that literally posted. I had like 19 subscribers or something, and 110 views maybe 10 days ago. So I think it just shows that we all, I don't know, need each other. We're all desperate. We're all reaching out. So, thank you all. It is now about 7:30-ish on Friday night, and I'm going to get this video out in the next hour and a half. So, yeah, it's great. I'm going to make a video on, I think maybe Saturday or Sunday. Maybe tell a story or two, some silly, stupid, you know, times as an alcoholic, and then we'll be back to the journey on Monday. I'll post Monday, but I think the big one now will probably be Wednesday when I go to the doctor's. So for those that want to stay along for that, thank you. And yeah, I'm going to spend my Friday night responding to everybody after this video goes up. So if you do make a comment, thank you. Expect a reply from me. All right, cool. Thank you.